Hello and welcome back, party people of the world. This is DannyVNCR and Evan Halfmann, aka Red Llama. You're back with motherfucker. You're back with the first cut. This is a podcast where we review music and artists and bands and such from Bandcamp and other independent mediums, and talk about them under a certain genre. Yeah. Today's genre is lo-fi hip hop, and just real quick before getting started, I want to say that I am painfully aware that lo-fi hip-hop is a pretty broad spectrum. This was my list to choose today, and most of the listening that we did was mine. And I went more with the chill-ass, just like something to listen to be calm and just fucking sink into your couch on. Versus the real like deep hip hop side. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start with our first artist. This is Recluse, the Moongaze EP, and the song Magnolia. Evan, how you been, buddy?
Pretty well.
Good. Glad to see you really embracing that muffin top you got going on. Fucking hairy dad casserole over there. I hope I never say the phrase hairy dad casserole again.
Just a slob. Just really letting it pour out.
Yeah. So that being said, now that I'm staring headlong into Evan's fucking hair-filled belly button, this episode is a drinking episode, a drinking game.
Falling head first.
I didn't say that. I said staring headlong.
I know. Anyways.
All right. Anyways.
Drinking game. Yep.
Sinking into the abyss of Evan's fucking old mouth.
My old mouth.
Yeah.
A new one.
Okay. So this is a drinking game. We decided on the rule on this one. Would be kind of fun if every time we gave a musical compliment that was just kind of boring non sequitur, then we'd have to take a drink, because we kind of do that a lot. And it's something I think we're both trying to thin out. Of just the like, yeah, I like it, no, this is good, and those dumb bullshit comments that don't fucking go anywhere.
Yeah, it's just empty space, empty filler words that don't add much to the context of our commentary.
Right, exactly. So every time we make a stupid fucking non sequitur about the music, we're gonna take a drink, and we're gonna try and hold each other accountable.
Yeah. So band is Recluse with Moongaze. So my thoughts on this is a great way to start this list.
I want to say too, real quick, this is my pick of the week.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I want to sort of be a little choppier with my commentary, so I can like let people listen to this a little bit. Because I think like, okay, so of course first tune comes to an end. Okay, so as my gracious co-host was laying out there at the beginning, maybe I can unpack it a little bit. So he's saying, so his style and preference is more so on this chill, sink into your couch, maybe do a little bit of something, get a little intoxicated and just
drink a little bit of the hurty, burny liquids, or smoke a little bit of the green grass.
Yeah, the good stuff. So
or do some heroin. Don't do heroin.
So yeah, this is like this side. This I think is a nice entry into that side of that thing. But that's his preference. My preference when it comes to lo-fi hip hop, I guess when I think lo-fi hip hop, I think more traditional hip hop. So we're talking bars and rhymes, we're talking rapping, and but with the lo-fi, typically like the lo-fi in like the indie sense of lo-fi.
Yes.
Trappings. So something that sounds like it might have been recorded on a Tascam 4-track, tape recorder or something. And that's kind of like where I come from. But that being said, I can definitely, in a big way, get down to this music and this kind of music. Though I am picky. I'm definitely picky, but I like this a lot. I think the first thing that really strikes me about this artist is I think a lot of these sounds are like, well, they probably are digital samples. I think it's just got a very open and bright acoustic sound to it.
It doesn't really feel very digital.
Yeah, it doesn't feel constructed inside of a MacBook. I mean, it just is. This feels like it. This feels stuck together. Especially this. I like this vocal sample here. I think this is really a really pretty way.
Yes.
A really pretty sample to stick into these tunes. So
stick it in.
I like this band. Oh God.
Okay, there's one.
This band. I even call it a band.
Yeah.
Why would it...
One.
Goodness gracious.
One down the hatch.
Goodness gracious. Smooth.
Smooth, but still vodka, as Evan said once, before he left this world. He came back, don't worry. Where'd you go, by the way? Did you bring me anything?
I went to Timbuktu.
That's still in this world. Fucking idiot.
Oh no, I went to
Did you go to Uranus?
Bro.
Did you have a shitty time?
Bro. I was gonna say I went to Kathmandu.
Isn't it Kathmandu?
I'm going to Kathmandu!
Alright. I'm just glad you're not trying to do your fucking white rapping over this.
Oh, yeah, no, there's no way. I'm way too insecure to try to do some kind of freestylage. I mean, I wouldn't even start to attempt to try and do something that even sounds rhythmic over this kind of beat. Yeah.
I'm a lyrical miracle.
Lyrical miracle, spiritual individual, and I talk. Okay.
It's enough of that.
About 2 seconds is about how far I can get into any kind of freestyle. And that's when my ideas just die on the vine.
I'm not talking about Eminem's life.
I'm not talking about.
Oh, god damn. You remember that one, yeah?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Oh, so familiar. Oh, so familiar.
Familiar. Yeah.
Oh.
What else did I wonder if I had anything else?
I don't know. I didn't read your fucking notes. I didn't read your diary.
I'm scared to take too many drinks, so I just want to I want to stay on topic, and I don't want to fall back into saying anything irrelevant or uninteresting. And I think I've said my piece.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, but I'm not saying it in the same way. I like this artist. And I'm not saying that as like a filler, like I can't think of anything else to say. Let's leave it at that. Like it. That'll be my conclusion for this artist.
I'll leave that to the jurisdiction of the listeners as to whether they want to. Yeah. That was pretty fucking lame. Way to go. Fucking 2 in, and they're both your fault. So as much as I've been having a real good time with my fly open listening to this artist, Evan, you ready to move on to the next one? What do you think?
Certainly, but I want to listen to this a little bit.
Oh yeah, we haven't really let any of these breathe.
Yeah, let them breathe.
Let them breathe. That train you're hearing is absolutely not the music, but it is a train that is going by. I really enjoy too. Similar to the last list we did, we were talking about the one artist, the Mirrors, and how a lot I think of their sound comes from the really low production, like leveling in there. There's so much like sub bass in this that unless you have really good headphones or really good speakers, I don't think you'd really catch it. And so many just little idiosyncrasies throughout that man, it just builds such a fucking great atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. God damn it. Wow. All right.
It's good.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Great.
All right.
It's gonna be a fucking long night. Wow.
Mm.
I'm mad.
You know, maybe, yeah, okay, here's our lesson. Our lesson is we, and I guess speaking for myself, I guess I typically have a tendency to stumble over my own words and maybe not know exactly where I'm going with a thought. And maybe sometimes I need to just stop and just let the music speak for itself.
Yeah.
Like right now, instead of trying to
Try
to be too clever.
Yeah.
And then that, the song comes to an end. I think it's perfectly natural to...
Let's move on to our next artist. Okay, welcome back, family. We are here with Diet Cola and their album Sleepless. They're from Buenos Aires, Argentina. And this is some real good sad boy music, let me tell you. In fact, let me be the first to tell you that it's real good sad boy music.
Great album cover, for real. Everyone grew up watching Tom and Jerry, so
Who the fuck doesn't love Tom and Jerry? Yeah.
Great.
It's great. Plus, I mean, I think this was the episode 2 where Tom, like, tried to kill himself.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very...
depressing.
Very depressing. Very unprecedented and depressing. Very unprecedented and depressing. Oh. Okay,
that's enough of that. I'm gonna stick fucking...
Come on, I mean...
mascot up your ass if you keep doing that.
These ill-ass beats under here, and I'm trying not to be too rhythmical or lyrical or spiritual with it.
Fuck me, dude. This is the shit I have to put up with.
Just in case no one knows, yeah, like if you haven't guessed by now, I'm white as fuck. And
At least you're not entirely white.
Yeah, not entirely.
I guess, well, you can say that more easily than I can.
And yeah, this is listening to this artist. I think track 2 is where I was like, oh cool, like I want to include this because, you know, I don't know if I hear like a lot of lo-fi hip-hop, like, and I guess the typical like sort of lo-fi, like the chill hop or whatever.
I think that is the going term.
Yeah. So
which is probably what we should have used, but it goes into different territories a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, so like this kind of this vibe, like this is like a minor key, like synth driven, sounds like a late night drive through, like, you know, I don't know, some kind of just the sprinkly woods or something. It's just very like I think they got the title for this album just right.
Sleepless.
It's just so. I think that just fits so perfectly.
That is very interesting that is your interpretation of it. I don't think like we've ever had such like radically different mental interpretations. And I mean, I think mine is less based in imagery, just as feel, but like, man, when I listen to this really takes me back to like deep suicidal contemplation. I mean, like raw, like that building state. I don't mean to fucking trigger anyone's emotional status or anything, but yeah, man, this takes me back to like being in high school. Like, and this is probably getting way too real, but this takes me back to like being in high school, like fucking sitting in my bedroom, like thinking about like fucking getting a gun and just like fucking ending it. It's deep and raw.
Yeah, and just like that, it's so
Also
ephemeral.
Sleepless. Yeah.
Which I think that's sort of another thought I had about like this genre at large, is this interesting tendency towards shorter song forms.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I don't know, I guess, you know, when you think of something like this that's made for relaxation or that's made for contemplation or something,
right.
Typically you think like new age music that's like very drawn out, 20-minute long pieces, that kind of thing.
I wouldn't argue that.
But I think it's a really interesting artistic choice how these are like presented more as like ideas.
That's exactly why I chose this list.
Tracks, just whoosh, like
it's,
they're just.
I've been finding myself falling into the habit of just like sitting on YouTube for fucking hours and listening to like Simpsons Wave and shit that are just short ideas, just very similar to this, where it's just very contemplative and open and yeah, just really full of brevity, and they just kind of make you think and feel different things for like a minute, and I don't know fully what to say. It's just they're powerful in like how simple they are, you know, and they can create some really intense and really mixed emotions with such simplicity. And I think it's really fascinating personally to see how emotionally dynamic such simplicity can be.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very worth talking about, and that's why I went more into the chill hop side than the rap or just straight, you know, lo-fi hip hop. It was more, I thought this was a phenomenal talking point. And I know, granted, that this is more of it's becoming kind of a buzz topic right now. So maybe that's kind of a bit of a cop-out too, in that way that I chose something that's very popular.
I think to a lot of people this genre is like an escapist genre.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, I mean, unfortunate in a way, because I mean, listen, I mean, just like everyone else, I think escapism is important. It's an important aspect. I think it's necessary
for sanity.
But I think it's dangerous to ever have a genre of music or a form of art where there's no desire to scrutinize and there's no desire to really look deeper, because right. I think if we were to look at this genre as it's supposed to be generally seen or looked at, you know, there'd be no scrutiny because it's.
But that's what's kind of cool about doing this, especially like in this list and in this format, is we can scrutinize this.
Scrutinize the inscrutable.
And we are absolutely doing that. And I mean, for that matter too, like there is a fuck ton of lo-fi hip hop just like this or very similar to it on Bandcamp, and probably 15 times more on SoundCloud, which is quite frankly probably the website I should have gone to for this list. And the second time around, that is probably what I will do. But there was a ton of it that I, you know, had to listen to and say, this is not good, or this is not as good as that other artist, and, you know, make a finite list out of a ton of artists. And obviously, if I wasn't capable of scrutinizing it or didn't want to, I would have just picked the first 3 or 4 I found and just said, fuck it, there's our list. Which I've never done, thankfully, but yeah.
I think, I guess just to go off what I was thinking earlier, I don't know, like this genre but particularly this artist or this project, or however you will. It
I
like
think it's an artist.
yeah, well, it drives a very like specific mood in my mind. It's so interesting. Like it's, I don't know. You know, I reckon if many people listening fly a lot, or you know, take flights. I haven't so much anymore, but historically I used to fly a lot, and I used to take a lot of red-eye flights because, you know, they're more economical. They're cheaper. To Alaska, well, all over the place. To Alaska, California,
That's true.
I had a trip to Europe, which was interesting.
I just meant more in that you would go to Alaska a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely like the highest quantity. But yeah, typically take the red-eye, and so after you start flying a lot, the novelty of looking out the window and, you know, looking at the landscape and the city streets disappear and then the clouds appear, you know, I won't say it wears off, but, you know, you look for something else.
I would say it wears off.
Well, for me somehow it never really seems to, especially like depends on, you know, if you see like the sunset come up. I've watched the sunset come up, and I've seen like, you know, the Nocturnicate album cover.
Right.
God, I've seen that, but like outside of a plane window, and that's just unforgettable. It's so beautiful.
Well, I think it also depends a lot too on like where you're flying over, because like the first time I flew over the Grand Canyon, I was infatuated with staring into the gaping maw of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
But you can only see it so many times.
Yeah, so
I mean, well, that's not true. You can see it as many times as you want, but it's only interesting so many times.
You know, and so I was a younger boy. I was a younger boy when I was doing a lot of this traveling, and you know, as you are when you're a little bit younger, and well, hell, I'm still the same way, but you know, I was the same way when I was younger too. Is, you know, insomnia and sleeplessness. You know, it's just the name of the game, especially in our modern day with all our distractions. But part of that includes like, so there on a lot of these flights, there's these like complimentary headphones you can use, and then there's like the music service. And I certainly won't say there's like much music that's like this, but I would like go onto these things like when I was just like tired and like feel really sleepy but can't sleep because, you know, it's a fucking airplane and you're flying economy and there's no room to stretch out and it's just miserable.
Yeah, fucking Paul Blart and Paulie
Blart. For real.
Wedging you.
Yeah.
And making you a man sandwich, if you will.
Yeah, the air is gross and stuffy and recycled and all that. But you just plug in your little headphones and it just turn on something like this and it just takes you away.
Yeah.
And, you know, it definitely, I don't mean to say like it puts me to sleep, because it doesn't, but in that way it's actually kind of interesting in its own way, that it permeates your dreams, like your waking thought dreams, your lucid dreams.
I will comfortably say that this puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
I feel very okay with saying.
Oh, I mean, I could definitely fall asleep to it, but I guess specifically like in the case of a situation like that, or you know, if I'm like on a midnight drive, like I said earlier, and I can't afford to fall asleep and I'm trying to like stay awake, I might like nod my head a little bit, but like I'm just like back up and it's just like
I put on like death metal when I'm on a drive and I need to stay awake, because then I want to like scream along with it and it gives me fucking adrenaline. I get excited.
Adrenaline. Get excited. So I like this band.
Okay. Way to go.
I actually like the taste of the drink, so I did that one on purpose.
I'm gonna stick a fucking coffee stirrer up your pee hole.
Oof. Shove a
Fucking
crisp white
asshole.
strip in the tip of my dick with it.
Yeah, I told you that shit's good though. So anyways, Yeah, we've been really festering on this one. You ready to move on to the third artist?
Sure.
I think we'll probably have 4 artists today because they're kind of all short. So let's go ahead and dang dilly move on to our third offering, fam.
I just wanted to really tell people about airplanes.
Okay.
Really wanted them to know about commercial
about the miracle
air
of flight.
travel. Just a beautiful thing.
Okay. On to the third artist. Okay, third offering we have for you on this day, family, is Ritual hang on. Ritual Causalitis by Homunculus. And this is food for thought. Got a little bit of that straight dusty lo-fi shit going on. It was taken directly from the description of the artist. Let's go ahead and just let this one breathe in.
I think Homunculus nicely codifies this list. I think it's
feels very balanced between the last two and the next one.
Yeah. Well, if I'm not mistaken, after some analytical listens into this album, I don't think there are a lot of vocals. I think like mainly in this first track here, it's like it's got this sort of sick ass freestyle sample, which I think is cool.
This reminds me a lot of probably my favorite artist in this style. Although funny enough, I don't know how to pronounce their name. I believe it's Nujabes or New Hobbies, but they did some of the music, I think a fair amount of the music from the show Samurai Champloo, for any who are familiar. They did the song Lady Brown, which is very, very good. Although in the music that was used in the show was instrumental, but the album versions were not. And it's very good. I strongly recommend looking it up. It's Njabes.
I never really thought about that, but yeah, this lo-fi hip-hop shit, like, it's so like rooted in like I feel like when you like, okay, if you watch these lo-fi hip-hop compilations on YouTube, a lot of it is like anime, like old anime, and like generally old like cartoon and like nostalgia based, which is interesting because like it's obviously a very like similar aesthetic to vaporwave, which I mean I won't pretend to know the history of both of those genres. So lo-fi hip hop, I certainly don't like know the origins.
I don't know the oranges. They've never been very good neighbors. Just kind of hang around on their tree and they spout judgments at me.
The unmarketables.
My grandma used to have a grapefruit tree. That was pretty cool. Back in Florida.
I got a fucking gun.
Yeah. Okay, we're absolutely watching that after this.
All right. Well,
I'm fucking sick of it. I got a fucking gun.
This.
Classic. Justin Roiland.
I feel like lo-fi hip hop is chill enough for us to be able to.
I think it will be forgiven.
Artistic tangents.
Which is funny too, because like the amount of tangents in this list so far has been extremely small compared to most of our other lists.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right on. And you know, realistically, like, okay, as I was saying, yeah, like, it'd be interesting, I guess, to know, maybe if I was a really good host. Ooh, watch out. Hold up.
Hold up.
I would, you know, I would really like know the rich history of a genre, micro genre.
No one's expecting you to know anything.
Well, I know, but you know,
God damn it.
it's just cool to know more things.
I agree.
But it's whatever. I mean,
that's kind of one of the things I think is cool about like doing the show, though, is like exploring things that we don't necessarily listen to very often or know a lot about, and kind of become more educated. Become more educated together. We get it together and start learning more just about you know, fucking, you know, music.
Yeah, it's cool for, you know, the listener, for our one listener out there.
How's it going, Greg?
How's it going, Greg? You gotta get up and go to work tomorrow, man.
Is it Greg or Craig? I can never remember.
Stop listening to this, man. Go to sleep.
Yeah, stop being our one listener, you fucking prick.
You're on the edge, man. Like, your boss is gonna... I mean, he's already looking for a reason to fire you.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna see you coming in all sleep deprived with your dick hanging out.
He's gonna be like, you know what?
Be like, you know what, Greg? That took balls, and I can tell because I can see them.
I used to think you're crazy, but now I see you're nuts.
Fucking Greg got a fucking promotion over us. You're welcome. Make sure to send that love our way.
Just smash
extra money.
Fuck out of that.
Smash the fucking like button. Start a Patreon for us, and then fund it. Fund our goals that you set.
Oh yeah, right on. So,
I actually do work with a guy named Craig, but he doesn't listen to this.
Good guy, Greg.
Yay. All right. Anyways, no. He's good people.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, I think it's just good just to let this breathe realistically. I mean, God, you know, we could just go on tangents, but it's about the music.
Yeah,
the music
I really like the song.
Yeah. Oh, this is sick. This reminds me of actually, interestingly enough, maybe I do have some thoughts.
Music breathe.
I have some.
I'm fucking with you.
Some
just
impromptu. I have some
Jesus.
impromptu thoughts. Oh, there we go. Killed that bastard.
Cool, dude. Proud of you.
You know, this reminds me of just like some like that late '90s like Warp Records electronic music. Makes me think of like Sounds from the Ground, and maybe like some like Klaus Schulze, like late '70s like ambient electronic kind of stuff. But then obviously you got these like fat ass hip hop beats under it, and that just creates something really, really different and new. And you know, I gotta say too, like, I almost, from like the parts that have rapping, the parts that actually have
vocables,
some vocables, I kind of get like TW3 vibe. I get like a Tommy Wright III.
Damn, dog.
You know,
that's a classic throw.
Yeah, because you know, if anyone out there listens to Tommy Wright III, I mean, you know, the modern, you know, the father of trap music. Yeah. Like, I always thought that about his music, that he's like, his music is like so lo-fi, just from the ground up. It's just based around just beats that were created on like a little synthesizer, just like on the fly, probably in 2 minutes, and then just spitting hella bars over it.
It is pretty fat sounding.
And so I don't know why he didn't come into my consciousness earlier, but that's what I kind of get from some of this stuff, particularly Homunculus here, more so than the other entries. But that's more interesting in a way because this like airs more on the side of that hip hop influence, which our next pick is definitely hip hop. It's like very clearly hip hop.
Yes.
It's almost been like the hip hop has been creeping in, tiptoeing its way into your ears.
Let's go ahead and Dingle and get on into that because I am very respectfully falling the fuck asleep. Between the alcohol and the chill ass music. Evan, you ready for our final offering?
Yeah, final sacrifice.
Oh, okay. Family. All my brothers and sisters and cousins and aunties and uncles. We are here today with our final artist of the evening. Not final artist forever, just of the evening. It is Scallops Hotel, their album Over the Carnage, Rosa Voice Prophetic. And this is Trumpet Sound. Evan, you still with me?
Hell yeah. This is my pick of the week. My pick of the week. But interesting enough,
God damn it, again with this shit.
I keep on I smashed the same fly like 4 times and it just comes back. So
just leave it alone.
For an armor.
You have a little bit of a fruit fly problem.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So this artist, this band, whatever, this group, I actually discovered quite a while ago, like more than a year ago, a year and a half ago maybe.
Is that right?
And I think they maybe had like a feature on the homepage or something, and I just knew like it was like my thing from the start, and we decided to put together this list. I'm like, boom, I got something that fits my personal definition of lo-fi hip hop.
We decided to do this list at gunpoint.
Let's take a listen.
The universe is mostly disinterested. There's an intruder in my interlude. State trooper subterfuge kept me a free man. Duende smuggler in the back of a minivan. This a Pacifica for your pacifist ass to get a lick upon. For the sick bastards who feel no guilt. Scallops Hotel, the house that Roe built, is presently vacant. Check in vacant and you will never check out. Check in vacant and you will never check out. Yeah. Scallops Hotel.
Reminds me a lot of
Scallops Hotel is
Boondocks.
Yeah, I think the like level of playfulness and like just sheer joy for these beats, I think is just so like manifest. I'm just really into it. And then of course like a lot of these more experimental passages, and just the general mystery of just the aesthetic and the just everything about this album I think is just really mysterious and interesting, and I'm so like I like this band.
Calling that 5. Could have just capped it off with mystery.
Oh, woof.
It's 5 shots for those keeping score at home. Then again, the next one might be 8 because we had so much to fucking drink at this point. I might not remember a goddamn thing.
Yeah, it's like my little like fidget toy. This little hedgehog.
Little hedgehog.
Cute boy.
For the life of me, I don't remember how the fuck that thing came into my life. I think I was just like literally walking along the street one day and I saw that and I was like, what's with this random fucking hedgehog toy in the street? And then I took it. I probably ruined some fucking kid's day. Black as obsidian. What a fucking hard line.
Yeah, well, if anyone out there cares to know or maybe has paid attention and made their own presumption and realized that I am I'm definitely a lyric man.
Evan is the reincarnation of M.
Yeah, there you go.
Still living.
Still living.
M.
So lyrics are big for me, and that's like I feel like there's a lot for me to unpack when I say something like that, because I don't necessarily mean like cohesive lyrics or lyrics that make the most sense. I just mean interesting lyrics, just period. Any way that a lyric can be interesting, and that could be the way one line comes after another. That could be just like the actual pronunciation or projection of lyrics. But I think like this rapper here who I can't tell Milo. Anyways, whoever this fellow is rapping.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
I guess I could just look at the credits, but anyways.
I could do that. Really hope it's not Milo Yiannopoulos, and I'm sure it isn't.
I feel like he's got like a very keen ear for lyrics and flow, and it's just like so, I think so easy just to keep listening because it's just so exciting. It's so engaging to my ears.
This is fucking me up. So it says respect due to Acrasis, S. Al, Randall Bravery, Doom, and Anti-Pop Consortium. I don't know if they're referring to MF Doom when they say Doom, but I'm not gonna lie. When I was listening to this, it definitely reminded me of motherfucking Doom.
Oh fuck! What is that?
Doom? Listen to Doom after this. He's a very good rapper that I very much enjoy.
Huh.
You may know him for his bars that he spit on "November Has Come" by the Gorillaz.
November Has Come by the Gorillaz.
Yeah.
By the Grillers?
By the Grillers, by Dad and Dad Bod and the Grillers. By the Bacon Cheeseburger Fries Grillers. It's the most disgusting phrase I've ever fucking said in my life. Bacon Cheeseburger Fries. There's a special plane in hell specifically for people who use that phrase. And I've just unlocked it.
I think it's disgusting because I don't partake in any kind of animal products. I've already said it before, but I'm a vegan for anyone who cares, which is everyone who cares. I asked everyone, they said they all care.
Okay, I'm done. I'm kidding. I'm genuinely trying not to say something just fucking stupid and.
I mean, I still have cool thoughts about this album. I got lots of stuff to say about this album. It's just
fucking shoot.
I'm just after these drinks, I'm just a little loose. I'm just feel like it's kind of just bullshit. It just feels good just to listen to good music and just talk. It's cool. But this album I think is a really cool it's a tight unit. I think this actually.
Show you what to do.
I think. Whoa. Where do we go from here?
Hey, I mean, you're the one that said you were loose. Ball's in your court. No, I'm kidding. Please continue.
So, in the last list, I said something that I want to revive, and that was about, I said something about, you know, that like in the creation of a record, when an artist, particularly I was saying myself, when I write a body of work and I have a theme in mind, like I'm trying my best to write the best version of what I think that theme represents. And I feel like almost like this album might be another good example of that. Like these songs have like very similar vibes. I feel like when they start and stop, it's like this the artist here trying to like get his point across with slightly different moods, but like it's all a very nice unified theme, I think, to this album. And of course this whole there's like this the way this motif of saying over and over again the name of the album,
Scallops Hotel.
well, Scallops Hotel, over the carnage was a voice prophetic, and I think that's very interesting. It sounds very, you know. And another thing I'll say maybe is this is an impromptu thought. I've been listening to Lauryn Hill a lot, and anyone who listens to Lauryn Hill, you know that she's like just an amazing rapper and singer, and it's just, she's amazing. I can't overstate how great an artist she is. Brilliant. But just, I feel like this album almost probably has like social commentary really in the subtext, but you know, maybe not in the little intoxicated, so maybe not in the best mind to really dig into it. But I just feel like there's way more under the surface to this music than we give credit for right now.
You're probably right.
And I think I will buy this album because I've been meaning to for a while. Bandcamp keeps bugging me. You know, it's time to open the wallet. Ooh.
How much is that album? Let's find out. It's free.
Oh, it's free. Oh, right on.
Just name your price.
It's mine.
Well, I mean, for free, it'd be yours, it'd be everybody else's.
That was the whole point. Tis a sniper on that mansard roof. Nigga, I laugh just like Man Dark do.
I love that. Personally. Any fun Dexter's Lab
nigga, I laugh just like Man Dark do.
Word that I can't think of. Reference.
Reference.
Yeah. Laugh just like Man Dark do.
Origami paper fold. I was just outside of Naperville with the gaping hole in my cheek. Truck, I sew it up. Bug, you need to open up like 24/7. My power grew out of regimen and loss of estrogen. That's next of kin. I'm well fed and nestled in. I'll fucking flip a Nestle truck but save the driver. I'm not a murder club dope pedal rider, but Papa said it's good to get this ink on my bicep. Won't find me in the street rocking the Flyknit. Mom clip coupons so I keep receipts. Mom clip coupons so I keep receipts. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Still with us there, Evan?
Blessing star, the black bastard smile.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Half second passes, beats like hat tricks. I'm
Probably
above
should.
the ride out this vicious cycle. Every pale one reminds me of Bell's
You can tell
cycle.
I'm getting far gone because my references don't even fucking make sense anymore.
Something for the anxiety, love when you lie. Herb tastes like Welch's, smoke clouds when he belches. Transcripts is retrograde or more. Better mansions
Yeah.
at the corner store. Health
All
on
of
the
that.
reservoir. Reaching a Manuel, American life is hell. Dynamite neon. Never been a peon. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
So with that,
Yeah.
Tis a sniper on
Yes.
that mansard roof. Nigga,
I'm
I
just
laugh
I'm just
like
zoning.
Man
I'm
Dark
just
do.
zoning to the music. So
right.
that's just don't mind me over here.
I think it's probably a healthy place to wrap ding dilly on up.
Yeah.
Scallops Hotel. Oh, Scallops exclusive. My
Yeah,
bad.
that's right. This is an
is an
exclusive
exclusive.
track that literally only me, my co-host, and the listeners are hearing right now.
That's
You
right.
literally can't hear this. If you go to the page, it won't.
It's not there.
It won't be included.
That's why
In
Evan
fact,
said
your
he's gonna
computer
buy it.
will crash, and you'll actually probably die.
That's what I've heard. I could tell because over the carnage rose a voice prophetic saying that you would fucking die if you tried to listen to this again. So what a wonderful experience we've all had today. We've learned things about each other, learned things about ourselves. I got to pet a really cool cat that broke into my apartment before realizing that there was a cat in my apartment that shouldn't be there.
I made a new friend and a little fake hedgehog.
His name was Seamus.
Seamus.
Seamus the hedgehog cat. And we made a trip on to Scallops Hotel. Ken's over here just fucking bopping.
I don't even know what a scallop tastes like.
Seriously, they're fucking really good.
Are they good? They look fucking weird.
They're really
They
good.
look like little.
They're like little fucking oceanic marshmallows
Yeah, that's what they look like.
made of meat. So with that said, good night or good day, people. If you've been drinking along with us, don't drive or have somebody drive you safe. Share this fucking podcast. You know what I mean? Like we want to make more podcasts for the beautiful people out there. You know.
And anyone out there who's into Thundercat, I mean, don't you agree that this sounds like a Thundercat riff? Come on.
Yeah. That was very random, but I absolutely agree with you. Yeah, Thundercat is the shit. Share it with your friends. Share it with your friends. Keep on listening. I have no fucking idea what the next episode is going to be on, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
That was all the genres. It's time
That's
to
all
shut
of
it
them.
down.
We gotta start. Oh no. No, we're gonna start over.
Turn off the lights for the last time. Say goodbye. No, I'm joking. Fuck that. That ain't happening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. Drive safely, and don't do meth.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.